Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold and this is my video review for Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. Overall, I love this game. I am someone who is a fan of Berserk, having read the manga from start to finish, and also, well, not start to finish, start to was currently available, and the manga is more than, I see, 2 decades old. It's one of the oldest mangas have ever existed, and it is absolutely fantastic. What's great about Berserk is its writing and its willingness to go to places which most other medias do not go to. There are a lot of dark tones in Berserk, and therefore this has kind of stopped it from being translated or turned into other forms of media, particularly video games. We have had Berserk video games before, but they've never really been widely available as games such as this. I think the last Berserk video game was on PS2, and it was really obscure and very hard to get to, especially for someone from the EU like myself. So when this Berserk game was announced, I was really excited to do so. I have only ever played one Musou game before in my life, and that is Hyrule Warriors, and I greatly enjoyed that game. And so I was looking forward to playing this one too. Being able to control Guts in actual action feels really good. He swings like a demon. He feels like how Guts should feel, and just like an overwhelming force that is just completely unstoppable. Now, Musou games are often criticized for being a bit too much of a button masher, and in some ways, especially when you're watching footage of this game, it is very easy to consider that to be the case. What I would say is that this game rather has very basic combos, and the reason why is that when the difficulty does ramp up for this game, it becomes more about a game about management or resource management, as opposed to actually doing combos and focusing on the action. So I chose this mission specifically because where this map was once really small, I was eventually really surprised to find that it expanded into almost double its size. And this mission becomes a mission where once I was just fighting this enemy force, now I have to go and help my allies and my units all across the map. And this is where this game becomes really fun. It becomes a point where you have to watch the map, watch other people's health, and say to yourself, who's gonna die, who needs help, and whether I should go back and forth or if I should focus on a single objective. That's where the real fun of this game comes from. It's an army versus army game, and I really enjoy playing it. It is really relaxing to play. It's really enjoyable to play, and although it can feel repetitive, it never feels boring, you know? I always feel like there's something little that will change or something new that I can try every time. I will say, however, that compared to Hyrule Warriors, it isn't necessarily as fun as that game in my opinion, only because Hyrule Warriors is more of a celebration of the Legend of Zelda franchise, and it had so many different characters with so many different magic moves and power-ups, whereas in this game, particularly in the story mode, you're following a very long written story that focused on one character, and so most of the time you're going to be playing Guts, so you will see the same character again and again. But overall, I really recommend this game. I think this game does a very good job of its storytelling. I think if you've never played a Berserk game before, try this out, see if you like it, and it may be a good way to first experience the story, because he actually does a really good job of retelling what's called the Golden Age saga of Berserk, which is kind of a prequel to the main Berserk plotline. I don't know how long this game goes for. I haven't finished the game yet, but I am almost at the end of the Golden Age saga, and I don't know if it goes much longer than that. But so far, I haven't really had a boring time with it. I've really enjoyed it. Now, this game, one thing which I will criticize about this game, and this is really just for someone like myself, is this game, unbeknownst to myself, tells its story through in-game cutscenes using the in-game engine, and also animated cutscenes. Now, I didn't realize that these animated cutscenes were from an anime of the show, which came out a couple of years ago, and therefore, to cut a long story short, I live streamed this game, I showed us some of the cutscenes, and I've now lost my ability to live stream on YouTube, which really kind of sucks. I'm not blaming the game. I'm not blaming the person who made a copyright claim of it. I didn't realize that they had just taken cutscenes from this anime and put it into the game. I actually thought they were unique to the game, so I didn't really think twice about showing them. But yeah, no, I got a claim on that, and that's what happened. So if you're someone who wants to make content on this game, do be aware that the animated cutscenes are from a show. And when I looked at the copyright claim, they were trying to sell the anime on DVD. There's not really a whole much I can do for that, so I'm banned from live streaming for at least 90 days. What you're watching here and the last part of this video is a boss battle. Boss battles are a lot more trickier, well not a lot more tricky, but significantly more challenging than just the generic grunts as they should be. This is Silat, and Silat does a whole load of moves, including this tornado spin that you're just seeing there. He's incredibly evasive, which is a big problem for a character like Guts, because Guts has a very wide swing, but he always seems to be out of my range, which makes it really annoying to deal with. I played this game on hard difficulty. This game is not really that hard, and I haven't actually died once while playing this game. I'm tempted to go up to Berserk difficulty just to see what it's like, but I will say that I'm aware that when I got to the later levels in Hyrule Warriors, the game did ramp up a lot in difficulty and it did become a lot more tougher. And also when you choose, say, this story mission here, it's only 4 stars out of 10, so I guess it can only be so difficult. But no, this game is a whole lot of fun. I really enjoy this game. I can't wait to finish it off later on tonight. And yeah, if you're looking to get into Berserk, or you never really experienced Berserk, this could be a really good place to start. And then I strongly recommend reading the manga, because the manga is almost on the level of Shakespeare in my opinion. It's excellently written. It's just a great, interesting story, and the story of basically two guys who basically value each other more than brothers, and their full rise to power. It's really good. No, I absolutely love Berserk. Doing myself a bit of a special attack here. We do have very similar moves to in Hyrule Warriors, where you have a special meter, and then we go into frenzy mode, and in frenzy mode it's easy to decapitate enemies, and then we can use that to build up our death blow meter, and then we can use that to kill an enemy and do a lot of damage in a hit like we did there. Anyway, that's going to be it for now, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. Take care.